So the crazy thing be happening, man. Sometimes when you live from your phone can overheat. And I think that's what just happened to me. So, we're going to run it back for sure. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you. And I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Let's talk about it. Make sure you tap in Big Print Champs. You know all of that stuff, man. Shout out to the people. Listen, wide receiver depth. Let's talk. Let's really talk X's and O's right now. I think the Philadelphia Eagles need more wide receivers. I do. I think they need more wide receivers. I think we come into this season already in the red in terms of wide receivers. We're banking on a bounce back year from Quez Watkins to give us some relief and some depth at the wide receiver position. Now, I'm not going to say that that's not going to happen. It's a very high chance that it can happen. You know what I mean? All you really need from Quez for real is about 650 yards and to make the timely catches that he's supposed to make, playing, with guys like A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. But rumors are circulating that, well, not the Philadelphia Eagles being interested in Henry Renflow, or potential trade packages are floating around about Henry Renflow. What's going on, Craig? Them trade packages. People are talking about Henry Renflow. You know what I mean? People are mentioning Henry Renflow. So, that gets me to thinking that it got to be some talks about needing another weapon on the offensive side of the ball. It got to be some talks. It got to be some discussions. When you look at the DeAndre Hopkins thing and how much I was against it because I didn't want it to mess up chemistry. But at the end of the day, there's no such thing as too many weapons. No such thing. Ground time CEO, what up? No such thing as too many weapons, especially when you're playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season, the Buffalo Bills in the regular season. There's no such thing as too many weapons. We need as many weapons as possible for real, for real. We need as many weapons as possible. We were extremely fortunate to have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith play every game of the season last year. Extremely fortunate for that to happen. We need other weapons for the wide receiver position. So if one of them come out, Olamide Zaccheaus will get more opportunity. Quez Watkins will get more opportunity. You know what I'm saying? The average Minshew is an average quarterback in the National Football League, a backup. Minshew couldn't win with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. The offense was completely different. Everything was bad. Jalen Hurts can win with Henry Renflow, Olamide Zaccheaus, and Quez Watkins. Jalen Hurts can win with that. So you always got to have your eggs in the basket. You always got to have your chips. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, let's be fair about this. Jalen Hurts just got paid to win with whatever's on the field. He got paid to be able to produce regardless. Now, some things are out of his control, but Jalen Hurts is definitely, you know what I mean, has a hand in, elevating what's around him as well. Now, Smitty and AJ don't need no elevating. You know what I mean? Don't need no elevating. And there's nothing you could do about a player that's not living up to the hype, or a player that's dropping passes and stuff like that. Ain't nothing you could do about a player who need to take accountability for his own game. Ain't nothing you could do about that. But getting Jalen Hurts more weapons, if you got the opportunity to do it right now, I think you should take full advantage of that. I think that's a good scenario that you want to be in if you're the Philadelphia Eagles. A great scenario. I look at D-Hop. I look at Henry Renflow. Henry Renflow, as I said in the video that just cut out, Henry Renflow was a savage in the slot the year before last, before they got Devontae Adams. 100 receptions. You know what I mean? Good thing is Hurts did his thing with less talent. I agree. 100 receptions the year before they got Devontae Smith and Devontae Adams, and 1,000 receiving yards. Was one of the best slot guys in the game. Then you go out there and get Devontae Adams, who can move it, who can do it all. I think Renflow might have been injured, but I think Henry Renflow is a bigger fit, a better. I don't know, man. That's D-Hop. But I think Henry Renflow is a guy that knows his role, and it'll be easier to manage. It'll be easier to manage. Easier to manage. He's cut from that Cole Beasley cloth, that Julian Edelman cloth. He like one of them guys. He knows mismatch nightmare. Mismatch Hunter Renflow. I don't know why I keep calling him Henry. Mismatch nightmare. You know what I mean? So I'm on it, man. I'm all for that because it's only gonna cost you like a 5th-round pick. You got $13 million in cap space left. You could pocket your cap space, trade a 10th round pick, a 5th round pick, You know what I mean? And what you paying him? A mill? You paying him a mill? This is a Howie Roseman move. If I ever seen one, I would not be surprised if this happened. This is a Howie Roseman move. A Howie Roseman move. And in terms of all them free agents out there, you know what I mean? This is what I would do. I would get Yannick Ngakoue, and I would sign Henry Renfrow, and I would trade for Henry Renfrow. You done after that. I'm not concerned about safety, not as much as everybody else is. I'm not concerned about it. I'm concerned about linebacker a little bit, mainly because a lot falls on Nakobe Dean when you should have brought in another veteran that he could have ran with. So I'm concerned about that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But these are the things I'm not concerned about. I'm not concerned about what's the dude name? What's dude name, man? The defensive coordinator from last year. I'm not concerned about that bum leave. I forgot his name. That's how far removed. I'm on a Sean Desai train. I forgot about that dude that we left in Arizona. I'm not concerned about him leaving. We all knew that he was buns from the beginning of the season. We knew that offense had holes and leaks, and that defense had leaks and holes, couldn't stop the run at times. We knew that, and it reared this ugly head on the biggest stage. He don't adjust. He don't do nothing. He played dudes 8 yards off coverage. He bend the knee to elite to mid level to elite quarterbacks. He bend the knee to them guys. You can't get no worse with the talent that you got. I'm happy for Sean Desai, who when he was the defensive coordinator for the Bears had some pretty impressive numbers. I'm not upset about Shane Steichen leaving. I'm not worried about that either. See, the talking heads and the casuals, they want us to be worried about that. The Colin Cowherds of the world, the haters within the division, they want us to feel like having a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator is going to hurt the Philadelphia Eagles. They want us to feel that way. They do. They want us to feel that way. When in all actuality, Jalen Hurts got Shane Steichen a job. It was holes in that offense too. Holes that we didn't throw to the running backs. We didn't throw running back screens. We didn't dump to the running backs nearly enough. Nearly enough did we do that. Jalen Hurts got him a job. You want to know how I know that to be the case? Because he went out there and drafted somebody who played the game like Jalen Hurts and Anthony Richardson. His whole thing is if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm not worried about two coordinators leaving. I'm not. Brian Johnson is another reason why I'm not worried about the offensive coordinator leaving. He's known Jalen Hurts since he was 4. He was the QB coach last year. The terminology and the familiarity is already in the building with that one. Already in the building with that one. Now I think we're going to see a championship team. We got a championship team now. We had one last year, but this team can win the championship with competent coordinators. Steichen was competent. I got nothing bad to say about Steichen. But Jonathan Gannon, I mean, bye. There's no reason why you can say the Philadelphia Eagles won't be as good last year. Now, being as good last year don't mean making it to the Super Bowl again, but there's no reason why you can say that. It's only theories. For example, Colin Cowherd on his show, he talked about the injury bug affecting teams that had deep playoff runs the very next year. Like the Rams, they got riddled with injuries after they won it. The Baltimore Ravens had a good run. Lamar Jackson got hurt. Phillip Rivers, good run. He would end up getting hurt. You know what I mean? These are all theories. All theories. This is nothing has anything to do with proven fact. Gang Green David, what up? Looking forward to playing y'all too this year. These are all theories of why the Philadelphia Eagles not going to be bad. They're looking for things. They're looking for theories. They're looking for theories so much that Colin Cowherd would get on his situation and say that the offensive line, when there's only 2 people on the offensive line over 26. 2 people on the offensive line over 26, but he gonna say we old. And we supposed to be mad at that? No, he don't know what he's talking about, yo. He don't know what he's talking about. And people are trying to draw the conclusion to what he said to Dallas. Like, so y'all not mad, y'all ain't mad that Colin Cowherd, y'all ain't mad that Colin Cowherd said what he said. Y'all was super excited when he said what he said about the Cowboys. This the thing, bro. This is what Colin Cowherd said about the Cowboys. Colin Cowherd said that the Dak Prescott era and the Tony Romo era resulted in 2 playoff wins apiece, 4 total. Colin Cowherd said Blake Bortles got the same amount of playoff wins as Dak Prescott. That's not theory. That's fact. That's the truth. That is the truth. What Colin Cowherd is saying about the Philadelphia Eagles is all, none of it is fact. None of it is fact. And that's what people starting to forget, that sports is about facts, man. It's about facts. When I tell you that it's 5 teams who haven't been to a championship game in 10,000 or more days, those teams are the Browns, Washington, the Dolphins, Browns, Washington, Dolphins, the Cowboys, and I can't remember who the other team was. Another bum organization. I think it might have been the Jets. You know what I mean? My fault, Gang Green. You know what I mean? If I tell you that those 5 teams have not made it to a championship game in over 10,000 days, that's not me always keeping them guys in my mouth. That's a football fact. A football fact. D-Lo, what's going on? That's a football fact. I'm not telling you no lies when I tell you these things. I'm not. When did we get out of touch with what's facts and what's fiction? When? If I tell you that the Cowboys been ass for 28 years, that's not a lie. Like, stop me when I be lying, bro. That's my whole thing. If you ever catch me in a lie, tell me. That's a lie. That's not right. But you can't be mad at me for pointing out facts. The point is, what Colin Cowherd has to say about the Eagles and why he sees a fall off coming is his opinions, it's his theories. Oh, coordinator change, that means a fall off's coming. No, it don't necessarily mean that. It doesn't mean that. Injury bound to happen at some point. It's like, are you hoping it happen? Because we healthy as of right now. It's theories. It's theories. If I tell you we're going to be as good as we was last year because ain't nothing changed with the roster, your quarterback got paid, that's more fact than what Colin Cowherd is saying, even though you got to wait to see. But to be talking about injuries and all of this, like, come on, we acting like the only time it's fair to use injury in the offseason is if a key player is still nursing an injury. Like if Jalen Hurts got hurt in the Super Bowl and he still was recovering, then we could talk about a slow start possibly for the Philadelphia Eagles. You know what I mean? We still need more receivers. I agree. The Philadelphia Eagles need more wide receivers. I agree. You need more wide receivers. You know what I mean? I think you need a tight end too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles need more wide receivers, man. We need to get some depth at that position, bro. We're gonna be in some shootouts. AJ Brown and Devontae Smith didn't miss a game last year. You know what I'm saying? I pray to God that's the case again. But the unlikelihood of that is very high, if you ask me. It's very high, if you ask me. It's very high. You know how easy a high ankle sprain can happen. You know, it's very unlikely, man, that these guys are going to play another straight 17 games without getting touched. They ball carriers. So, like I said, man, it's a lot. It's a lot to digest in terms of what's still available. You know what I mean? Like I said, man, if it came down to Henry Renflow and D Hop, I would trade for Henry Renflow, the 5th-round pick, and I would pick up Yannick off free agents before I paid D'Lo. I get another edge rusher, and I trade for Henry Renflow. Hunter. I don't know why I keep calling him Henry. Is Sammy Watkins available? I don't know if he's available. I would look at Sam Watkins. I would definitely look at Sam Watkins. Pray before every game we stay healthy. Facts. You know what I mean? That's really what it's all about. Sam Watkins is always hurt, though. He's definitely always hurt. But you know what I mean? Jalen Hurts can win games with Hunter Renflow Olamide Zaccheaus, and Quez Watkins. Jalen Hurts could win games with those wide receivers. Guys like Gardner Minshew can't. So, when you got a superstar wide receiver, you don't necessarily need, you got a superstar quarterback, you don't necessarily need to go get you a D-Hop. You don't need to go get you a D-Hop. D-Jack's one more year. D-Jack's too old. D-Jack's 10-day contract so he can retire. A lot of them praying on our downfall. Look at the division. The division is in shambles, man. It's in shambles. It's in shambles. The Commanders, we can just talk about the quarterback position for the division. The Commanders and Sam Howell, big uncertainty there, big question mark there. They don't know if that's going to be a flop or not. They don't know. You know what I mean? They just hoping that it's not a flop. The Giants and Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones won a playoff game. Daniel Jones got paid. But who are we kidding for real? For Daniel Jones is a turkey burger. Daniel Jones, he a burger to us. We wiped the floor with them guys 3 times. He's a burger to us. I don't know how everybody else view him. Daniel Jones has the toughest time against us. So keep him if that's what you want to do. And Dak Prescott just led the league in picks. Just led the league in picks. Just stop me if I'm lying, though, yo. Because a lot of people get sensitive when I talk about, their quarterback. Stop me if I'm lying. Dude led the league in picks. He was trash in the clutch. Trash in the clutch. Then he got the nerve to be going around making these rounds talking about we going to win the Super, we going to the Super Bowl. Come on, bro. Like, they talk too much over there. That's why everybody always on a bumper. He talking about we going to a Super Bowl. He never even been out of the division round. He never been out the division round, but he fixing his mouth to say they going to the Super Bowl. Do you see the problem that I have? It's a theory. It's all make-believe. It's make-believe. Then you got Tank Lawrence. The gap ain't that big, but it's a gap though, right? Because last year you was talking, they ain't play us yet. It's a gap though, right? The gap ain't that big, but it is a gap though, right? Now it's a gap though, right? You acknowledging the separation though, right? You acknowledging his levels though, right? Oh, okay. I like that. I like a little bit of truth. I like a little bit of truth. I like a little bit of truth. Nobody on that damn Cowboys defensive line should be talking until they can figure out the Lane Johnson puzzle. I like a little bit of truth out of these guys every now and then. It sneak out. It really do sneak out. I ain't worried about the division. I think this is the year we sweep that. I think the Eagles going to sweep the division this year. I don't think we're going to lose a division game this year. Sweep. I think we're going to assert our dominance on the neck of the division. The Wick is my second home. What's that? Led the league in picks after missing games. Facts. You know what I mean? Crazy thing. See, Gardner Johnson, same thing. Led the league in interceptions after missing all them games. Dak led the league in interceptions thrown after missing games. Don, what up? You know what I'm saying? But official video coming later, man. I'm going to let y'all get to it. It's a little late one. 1:30 lunchtime with the bullies, man. Y'all know I love y'all to death, man. Make sure y'all run them likes and run them run everything up for me, man. I'm on the road to 30,000 subscribers. I want it. I want it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. More content coming out for the rest of the week. We're going to get it in. We're going to do a little more film breakdowns. I think we're about a month away from camp. So it's going to be crazy. When camp start, man, we ain't going to be able to take no breather over here. Y'all know the vibes, man.